Introducing the suspect.
Brought to you by Usual Suspect 6.
Tap into all the shows. Real Conversations with KG.
Is that right now? I'm at peace right now. You know, things get hectic as it gets closer to the fight.
Okay. Do we got a fight?
Yeah, I fight April 10th at the Prudential Center.
Bullshitting on the Beltway with Supreme Beast Boxing.
And now the co is the main event. So that's the way I look at it. That's my philosophy.
Trill Thursdays and Usual Suspect Sundays with hard
I'm talking about it's really just about stacking this money, man. Getting on these singles, damn positive, you know what I'm saying? Putting it in their face by any means.
Tales from the B-side with KG and TD.
Needed to fill out additional paperwork to clarify.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did. That is the paperwork that you see there.
And
Okay.
Open Mic featuring you.
You know, that was a close fight. You know, he got dropped a couple times, but I thought he
We do not care.
Wow.
It's a Usual Suspect thing.
You know, I'm not having it. Everybody's a suspect today.
It's a Usual Suspect.
Title holder and still undefeated Gabriel El Capitan Maestre.
How is that? And this gets done to him by a bunch of cowards at ringside that never took a punch in their life. I'm sick of it.
Hey, what it do, what it do, what it do, what it do, man. It's your boy 5039, man. We back at it again with another one. Shouts out to the entire boxing community, man. Shouts out to the six. Be sure to shop usualsuspect6.com because you definitely fit the description. And if y'all tuning in, man, this is Usual Suspect today. Hosted by yours truly, man. 5039, man. Hard Hitter Sports Entertainment. Oh, yeah, man. We got a lot to talk about today, man. I hope everybody is having a great Sunday, fun day, man. Memorial Day weekend is in full effect, man. We're going to have a good time today. And, we're going to talk some boxing, man. I ain't been on here in a little minute. You know what I'm saying? If you're new to the channel, subscribe, smash the like button, share that stream down right. It's a Usual Suspect team, man. Oh, man, it went down. It went down yesterday. It went down yesterday with Usyk, man, and Rico. You know what I'm saying? In the in the desert. You know what I'm saying? In Egypt, in the pyramids. You know what I'm saying? It was definitely a great. It was a great weekend of boxing. You know what I'm saying? It was a great weekend of boxing. Okay, man, we got our first Usual Suspect in the building, man. Let's go ahead and get my boy up in here, man. This is my co-host with the most, Dana Blizzak. What it do, Art?
What it do? What you saying? What up, Juan? It's your favorite, get your most hated all fella. Pull up, pull up. It's Usual Suspect Sunday. Smash that like button, share that stream. Oh, damn right, it's Usual Suspect team. In the dig, salute everybody pulling up in the chat. Both platforms, Smoke City Mobcast, Hard Hitter Sports and Entertainment. Y'all know what it is. I mean, salute to Five. I was patiently anticipating. I was like, oh man, I hope Five gonna open it up. You know what I mean? I hope Usual Suspect Sundays is, you know what I mean, back in regular form. And yeah, my bro, you know what I mean, fulfilled the legacy. And we here in the dig. We here, and he is definitely correct. We have had a great weekend of boxing. I mean, a great weekend of boxing. Friday was cool. And Saturday afternoon was even cooler. You know what I mean? Definitely a lot of talking points. Definitely a lot of heartbreak. I don't know about you, Five, but yesterday afternoon, yeah, it was a somber moment for Dana Blizzak. But I'll land the plane on that. I know we gonna definitely be cooking on it throughout the show.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, man. Let me go ahead and pull it up real quick. I got some ish I want to get into because we got to start the show off the right way, man. The aura, man, the aura of Usyk, man. Oleksandr Usyk may have got the stoppage, but the boxing world is not convinced, man. Rico Verhoeven, or however you say, how you say his last name, Art?
Verhoeven.
Rico Verhoeven, a kickboxing legend. He stepped into boxing, shocked fans by pushing Usyk into deep waters and making the heavyweight king look vulnerable at moments, man. Now, of course, Big Turk has entered the conversation, calling the stoppage questionable and even hinting that a Rico deserved more time and possibly even a rematch might be in the works, man. Did Usyk show championship composure, or did boxing fans really see cracks in the armor? Tonight, we talking about that on Usual Suspect Sundays, man. We breaking down the controversial stoppage. Was Rico actually winning rounds? Did Usyk underestimate him? What does this mean for the likes of Daniel Dubois, Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua, and entire heavyweight division? We're gonna get into it, man. So on the open segment, man, we gotta really get into it, man. Was this a warning sign for Usyk? Okay. Was this a warning sign for Usyk? And let me pull up my first question, man. This is the first question, and I'm gonna pass it over to Dana Blizzak. Did Rico expose age, wear and tear, or stylistic vulnerabilities in this fight, man? If y'all did not watch the fight last night, or check out the highlights, man. Rico was whooping Usyk's ass for basically the for from round 1 to round 11. You know what I'm saying? So he was winning rounds in a lot of people's eyes and the fans' eyes. And Usyk was able to get a controversial stoppage, hurt Rico in the 11th round, going into the 12th round. He got stopped like a couple seconds before the 11th round was over. So that's the big thing today. Everybody in the boxing world is gonna be talking about it, man, because honestly, and we talked about this a little bit as this card was being built up. Before yesterday, we talked about it, and a lot of people, even myself included, man, I was writing off Rico. I didn't think he had nothing for Usyk, man. Usyk is one of our pound for pound kings. You know what I'm saying? He's a usual suspect pound for pound fighter. He's been in the usual suspect pound for pound rankings for quite some time, man. At least the last maybe 2 to 3 years. He's been dominating the heavyweight division. He's dominated the cruiserweight division. We are honestly, me myself personally, I speak for myself. I'm not gonna speak for any of my brothers. Me myself personally, I thought this was a layup for Usyk. I thought this was a tune-up. You know what I'm saying? Some for Usyk to have fun with. Make a whole lot of money. You know what I'm saying? Usyk has ran the gauntlet at heavyweight, so I thought this was a layup for Usyk. You know what I'm saying? I thought this was an alley-oop from Big Turk. You know what I'm saying? This was a another. How can I say it? This was another, like Thomas is saying in the chat, this was like a Street Fighter type fight. You know what I'm saying? We've never seen boxing in Egypt before. We've never seen boxing in the desert. You know what I'm saying? With the pyramids as the backdrop. You know what I'm saying? So we all thought this was just gonna be like a big party in the desert by the pyramids. You know what I'm saying? And Rico had other plans in mind. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, man, I'm gonna pass it over to my brother Dana Blizzak. This is foreign territory. Did Rico expose age, wear and tear, or just stylistic vulnerabilities, man? What you got, bro?
He did a little bit of all the above. I mean, it's definitely questions on what we saw last night. Has Father Time caught up to Usyk? Usyk looked lethargic. We didn't see the regular head movement and feints, the elite Ukrainian footwork that we're accustomed to seeing from Usyk. And did that have to do with the age and the wear and tear? Or did that have more to do with the complacency? Did that have more to do with the fact that maybe Usyk has turned a little bit Hollywood 503? You know what I mean? Satisfied with doing all these movies and whatnot. Getting in the mix of all these reality shows. Sending your camps instead of in the hard places, uncomfortable places to tune your body. You're training camps in the tropical warm beaches of Spain, the islands of Spain and shit. You know what I mean? So is is the once hardened pound for pound champion of Usyk turning soft? Stylistically, is there vulnerabilities? I would say no, but in the moment, yes. Rico was able to show stylistic vulnerabilities and surprise Usyk and befuddle him for a great majority of the evening, right? his ability to actually use Usyk's game against him. It was the Dutchman, the kickboxer that looked like he had superior footwork. It was the Dutchman that was using a probing jab and using his lead hand as a distraction, going up and down before he would attack and throw a solid punch. So in the moment, Rico did expose some stylistic vulnerabilities. Will that go into Usyk's next fight? Probably not. But yeah, once again, there was definitely some exposures on Saturday afternoon, 503. Has me questioning where Usyk stands on my current pound for pound list. He used to have such a lofty status, but after what I saw yesterday afternoon with a novice boxer with a record of 1-0 against a tomato can, you know what I mean? A rusted, over expired tomato can at that, to come in, you know what I mean, and wash, because this wasn't my game plan for Rico was to use the Derek Chisora method and try to smother, you know what I mean, and try to rough Usyk up on the inside. Come to see, this man was actually outboxing Usyk at points, using a double jab. You know what I mean? On his feet. Like, I was like, damn, what the fuck am I seeing up in this bitch? You know what I mean? So I'm questioning where Usyk stands on the list right now. Do you need to fall, my nigga? You almost let the lineal title, the Ring Magazine title, slip away. No, forget about the WBC sanctioning this shit. You're the lineal champion. You know what I mean? You're number one. You sit on the throne. And this man, out of all the heavyweight fights you had, 8 heavyweight fights, I think, in the division, and none of these niggas with credentials, former champions, you know what I mean? Great amateur pedigree. They couldn't do nothing with you. But you telling me this kickboxer that been a low key sparring partner for Tyson Fury, that's been trained by Peter Fury for the longest time? You mean to tell me they need a one training camp to make you look like trash, bro? Exposures and vulnerabilities, yeah, hell yeah. And exposed all that. Land the plane.
Yeah. Okay, man. We got our second suspect, man, of the usual suspects, man. We got Mac and the Chizak. I appreciate everybody for pulling up. Yeah, man. All fella got that he got that swing set in the back, man. He giving me grandma vibes, man. You know what I'm saying? That granny highs with the swing set, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But it's all good, though. I'm just glad my brothers is here. Cadillac Red, where you at? Don't make me put out an APB on you, brother, because we're gonna talk about Rocco in a few, man. But we got our second usual suspect in the building. You know what I'm saying? We got the good Dr. KG, the storyteller from the B side. You know what I'm saying? He got his new profile pic with him and B Norman, the Assassin Jr. up. You understand me? KG, what it do, big bro?
What's up, man? What's going on with y'all, man? What's up, chat?
Oh man, how you feeling, man? How you feeling, man? Coming off that high in Norfolk, man.
Oh man, it was cool, man. You know what I'm saying? But it's called balance in life. You know what I'm saying? I ran into a extended vacation coming up this week that's going unpaid. So so it's like it was good them to be in Norfolk, but then like I said, I had to come back to work to deal with bullshit. So yeah, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully, you know what I'm saying, I can get it overturned and it turns into a paid vacation. So but right now your boy, you know what I'm saying, pocket's about to get hit. So but other than that, man, no man, it was good. It was good down there, man. You know what I'm saying? Me being who I am, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna try to slip into slots that a big motherfucker not supposed to, and you know what I'm saying, try to make some things happen. So, but
Yeah.
what's going on with y'all though?
Man, I gotta ask you about these fights last night, man. I know I know you just getting back into the groove of you know what I'm saying, doing your 1-2, man. But talk to me about Rico, man. Did Rico expose age, wear and tear, or stylistic vulnerabilities, man? How did you feel watching Rico do that to your boy Usyk, man? He's still your boy, right?
Yeah, I like Usyk.
Okay. I just making sure. Real quick, man. Salute to my boy Tommy in the super chat, man. He say salute to the suspects with a $5 donation, man. Tommy, pull up on us, man. Where you at, Tommy? Where you
It's
at, man? I appreciate you, bro.
it's his anniversary, man. You know what I'm saying? He might be.
Ah,
Yeah, they've been
ah.
rocking.
It's
They've been
his
rocking for 20 years,
anniversary.
20 plus years. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
man.
saying?
You need to be somewhere in a 5-star hotel, man. You know what I'm saying? Getting your Puerto Rican suave on. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Salute to you and the missus, though, man. Happy anniversary to you and your lovely wife, man. If you can't make it, I definitely understand. But go ahead, Kay.
Um, I was hearing our fella, you know what I'm saying, speak about Rico, you know what I'm saying, and his performance. Good performance. I wasn't a fan of the style because all it was a redo version of what Tyson Fury does.
Peter Fury trained him, bro. What do you
Yeah,
expect?
that's what I'm saying. So, you know what I'm saying? I want to give him a lot more credit because he wasn't just, you know what I'm saying, one fight in, you know what I'm saying? Well, yeah, one fight in the ring, but he's been in the camp, you know what I'm saying? So that mimic of that almost jogging in place style that Tyson Fury does, you know what I'm saying? He held it as his style the whole time. Tyson Fury usually gets up on his toes and, you know what I'm saying, proceeds to flick the jab and box. Rico stayed almost in that running. It's an ugly style to me. You know what I'm saying?
You ain't lying.
Yeah, and Usyk Usyk had time, you know what I'm saying, had a hard time trying to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? And I say that because Rico didn't look like that in his first professional fight. That wasn't the style that they utilized. I don't know if Peter Fury was the actual trainer then, but you know what I'm saying, whatever they did in the camp leading up to this fight, you know what I'm saying, they implemented that style, that off rhythm style, um, unorthodox jab, you know what I'm saying? So like our fella said, it was a double jab. Some of the points they didn't look like jabs because the way they came, you know what I'm saying? So like I said,
Early in the fight, his jabs were horrid.
it was
But as the
it's
fight progressed, he was showing the double jab, KG.
but it's just, you know what I'm saying, it was off putting, and I never saw, you know what I'm saying, any like real concern from Usyk, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, maybe he's trying to figure it out. And I was like, maybe he'll go ahead and take this L on the chin if he can't figure it out. But it looks like he's trying to figure it out. Because I was wondering to myself, I said, can Rico maintain this the entire fight? Then I started questioning, you know what I'm saying, something that it really stood out. You know what I'm saying? It was like the crowd was a pro Rico crowd. The commentary was pro Rico. You know what I'm saying? It was almost out of the gate. So I'm just like, is this designed for Rico to win? And then when I started watching the fight, I'm watching the fight and I'm like, all right, this dude, he is he gonna be able to maintain this? So then I started asking an odd fella question. I'm like, what's in this guy's system to be able to keep this damn gas on his foot on the gas this whole time? You know what I'm saying? I was like, what is going on here? I, I was like, this guy's 260 pounds. And the way, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, but at the same time, it was a breakdown toward the end. I'm highly disappointed in the stoppage, but I believe Usyk had figured him out that we was going to get the stoppage in the 12th. I don't think he was going to get himself recovered. That's why I was like, it's warranted that he deserves a rematch, but I don't think he does anything past what he did in the first fight, in the second fight, because Usyk has completely, you know what I'm saying, I think figured it out. And I think he may come in a lot better shape. So I don't think he was overlooking him, but I think, you know what I'm saying, he would actually take it in better shape, having more of an account to, you know what I'm saying, to go from looking at Rico and saying, all right, I know what more to study from versus what I had to work from before. So Usyk, you know what I'm saying, he looked bad, but when you can see the fighter not look concerned, I'm like, he obviously sees something that he can work there. You know what I'm saying? But time might not be on his side. And the way damn that whoever that commentator guy was, whoever he was, I don't know who he was, but he was asking for Mike Carpenter's scorecard almost after every round. I was like, bro, who is this dude? I was like, bro, we usually do this what every 3 to 4 rounds. This dude is like, oh, I wonder what Mike Carpenter's scorecard is now. I'm scared to ask. I'm not that good at math, but I want to think Usyk might need a knock. I'm like, who? Like,
bro, you have to understand this was going to be the biggest upset in combat sports history.
But
Like
it was already
people
but look,
ringside were literally shocked with what they were seeing. Like
but
even the
look,
staff that was working the whole event. And I mean,
but
the
our
day
fellas,
after, I was seeing some of their videos, and they was like, "Yo, I was totally baffled with what I was
but
seeing."
but our fellas, they were saying this at the start of the fight, and then the second round they were saying. I was like, who has ever known Usyk to start super fast that you can predetermine what his victory or result going to be is in the second round?
Bro,
Come
Rico
on,
was
that
but Usyk was supposed to get Rico out of there in the third round when
no,
he had him hurt the first time, bro.
no,
Straight up and down.
but the damn unorthodox style rewrote that, and that's the science to it. That's the science to, you know what I'm saying, the boxing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can say, oh, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, and based on who I've been in before. But when you get in there with a style that looks a certain way, when you get in there with a style that looks a certain damn way, bro, that shit will damn have you like, hold on, all right, now let me revamp this. So, like I said, but for them to try to predetermine what the result was supposed to be after the second round, I'm like, why are they damn reaching so far? You know what I'm saying? It's like,
Bro, you're reaching the same way. You saying the man when made it through the 12th. Let that man live and show. Let that man die on the shield.
nah, yeah, he was going down the shield in the 12th. That's what I'm saying. That's what
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
saying.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. We gonna we
yeah,
gonna
that's what
we
I'm
yeah
saying.
we yeah we gonna get to that. We gonna get to that. We gonna get to that because I don't want y'all to overstep on the questions. But I got some more shit in the tuck. All right, my next question. Like I say, man, the controversial stoppage, right? It was a lot of controversy in this. The fans is overreacting. Some might be living in the moment. Um, but we gonna talk about it, man. Like I say, this is just the opening segment, man. Um, are fans massively overreacting because Usyk standards are ridiculously high? Um, the standard of Usyk, man. When we talk about Usyk, we talk about pound for pound. We talk about greatness. We talk about legacy. We talk about being the ultimate road warrior. Going through the gauntlet, beating everybody that's in your way. I mean, Usyk has done that. Um, do y'all feel like the fans are massively overreacting because of Usyk's standards and them being so like ridiculously high? People think so much of Usyk, you know what I'm saying? Kay, I'll let you finish cooking, bro. What's your thoughts on that?
I really don't know. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, the fans are fickle, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like it takes a certain performance for them to be up, and then a certain performance for them to be off. You know what I'm saying? And be done with a person. Just like when I first came in, what was your question to me? You asked me a fan question. You said Usyk still your boy. I'm like, yeah, I'm a fan of Usyk, but you know what I'm saying. But when
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the day, I like to look at what is boxing. You know what I'm saying. So I'm just like, all right, it's cool, but if he laid an egg, you know what I'm saying, he laid an egg, you know what I'm saying? And he laid an egg based off of trying to find, you know what I'm saying, an adaptation to the style that he was dealing with. And like I said, having not really like a true body of work to devise a plan from. You know what I'm saying? That was the thing, you know what I'm saying? Because Peter Fury, him and damn Tyson Fury, they probably was like, hey, let's try this. This is what Tyson wanted to do, but we couldn't do it because of this. So you know what? Hey, Rico, you're capable of doing this. You know what? Let's see if we can maintain this. And probably that's what they drilled in camp. And like I said, and once they saw it, they was like, oh, he can't find Rico. Let's go ahead and stay with it. But like I said, Usyk to me, he still looked like it was like no worry there. It was like, no, what, I just got to then figure it out. I just got to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy that it took what the tenth round to get the damn knockdown, and then the 11th round to, you know what I'm saying, to get what we was getting. But I was like, it's like I got mad. You know what I'm saying, when the referee jumped in, because I heard the 10-second clap. I heard the clap. I heard that clap. As soon as I heard the clap, I was like, all right. And then when he stopped and then to put the mouthpiece back in, I said, bro, this round is over with. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, I don't know if that was the referee trying to make up for him causing the pause in between the damn putting the mouthpiece in. But at the same time, I'm like, bro, you just fucked up the whole last part of this round. But you know what I'm saying? But Rico, to me, he wasn't. I didn't think. I was like, yeah, Usyk has sees this and knows he has to jump on him in the 12th, and I don't think Rico has another gear, because his gear was to do what it was doing the whole fight, which was working until the breakdown. So, like I said, the fans they're gonna hold it there, and then the critics are gonna say the shit that they're gonna say, because it's Usyk for one, and a lot of people have him on their pound for pound, and they say heavyweights ain't supposed to be there. And then Usyk didn't fight their favorite fighter when they wanted him to fight him. And you know what I'm saying? So it be the spin to it. So like I said, but me looking at it through the boxing lens, it's ugly, you know what I'm saying, on Usyk's behalf. And he ain't got too many places to run now, because it's either the rematch with Rico, but I think he would be figured out, or he had to go find out what damn Agi Caballero was them talking about.
Yeah, for me, before I let all fella cook, but for me, I'm gonna say this, right? Fans have a right to react however they want to react. We are the consumers, we are the paying customers in the situation, so we have a right to, feel however we want to feel. With that being said, I think people are definitely overreacting. And it's justified. You know what I'm saying? Nobody, listen, man. The last time we seen a chink in Usyk's armor was when he fought Derek Chisora. And a lot of people back then thought Usyk was going to get destroyed at heavyweight. But he proved a lot of people wrong. He made a lot of people believers. When you make people believers, you have to keep them believing. And you do that with your performances in the ring. Now, once you slip up and don't have the quote unquote high standard performance that people are expecting, you're going to have fans overreacting, especially when you fighting a guy that everybody is picking you to beat. I could see maybe if this was Tyson Fury, if this was Wilder, if this was Chisora, if this was Fabio, if this was Moses, if this was Caballero, if this was one of your quote unquote rivals that we know you will probably have problems with, versus a guy who hasn't fought in boxing in almost 10 plus years. I mean, what we talking about here? You know what I'm saying? Salute to Tay in the chat. I seen my boy Big Joe come through earlier. Salute to the homie 1998 Philip Lopez. He say Rico Roy was almost champ, never got tired. Oh, so you calling him Rico Roy? Wow. Y'all saying that man was on them roids, huh? Okay. Phil, I'm gonna pass it to you, man. Take us home on this topic, bro. Are the fans massively overreacting because Usyk's standards are ridiculously high? What's your thoughts, bro?
That was overreaction right there. The boy looked so good, kept his form for damn near, you know what I mean, 10 rounds. We questioning if he on roids, you know what I mean? We're questioning he ain't been on no clean boxing program. I mean, let me see that VADA test and whatnot. That's how good he looked. You know what I mean? Against the a pound for pound talent. You know what I mean? That's high up in the pound for pound rankings, right? Undefeated, former undisputed cruiserweight champion, former undisputed heavyweight champion, current lineal heavyweight champion. Yeah. Major overreaction is being had, 503. Deservedly. And this shit's like an onion, because onion got layers to it, bro. I mean, of course, there's the hardcore boxing fan that is overreacting because, of course, we think of Usyk as the ultimate standard, the ultimate champion that, like you said before, a road warrior, a guy that is completely focused on the task at hand, takes his training camps with the utmost focus and importance, right? This fight right here, we seen him come in at his career heaviest, 233 pounds. Now, he didn't look all the way out of shape, but he didn't look in the typical Usyk shape that we've been accustomed to seeing him at. You know what I mean? So, deserved overreaction from the boxing fans, but it goes deeper than that, Five, because we have certain factions of boxing fans, and then we have to forget, we have to uh be aware, 503, here in North America, we weren't really aware of Rico Verhoeven. Kickboxing is not a big sport over these ways, right? It's not carried by no major sports network for us to know who Rico Verhoeven was. Maybe if he crossed over to UFC, there would be a larger portion of North American combat sports fans that would know who Rico Verhoeven was. But in Europe, 503, this was a major crossover fight. So not only do you have boxing fans criticizing this stoppage and this call, you have MMA fans and you have kickboxing fans. The millions of fans that were watching all over Europe, specifically in the Netherlands, where Rico Verhoeven's home is, they're all criticizing this shit. Factions of MMA fans saying that this is why I don't fuck with boxing, because it's corrupt. Boxing's garbage. This was rigged. Because you know what the main theory or the main narrative that's going on right now amongst MMA and kickboxing fans is that the fight was rigged for Usyk to win because they didn't want a kickboxer to beat a heavyweight champion, a guy that is viewed as one of the best in the sport. It would be too embarrassing. So they took that away from Rico. And we can't, that's deserved criticism. You can't take that away because that's what it looks like, bro. You have certain factions looking at OG Turkey Johnson sideways, to the point where OG Turkey Johnson had to shut down the comments on his social media because boxing fans, MMA fans, kickboxing fans were flooding his shit because they're outraged.
So let me get this right. People mad at Turk because the ref decided to stop the fight early? They mad at Turk because of that?
They mad at Turk because they feel like he had a play involved into the result. Let's be real. If you look at the back of the referee's Uniform. What it say? 503.
What, Ring and Riyadh?
Yup. Riyadh season.
Yeah, that's crazy. All right, man. Let's go ahead and get into the controversy. Dana Black, stay on the Mizite because I'm coming right back to you, man. Did Rico get robbed of a real finished? Should the referee have let it continue? Was Usyk truly taking over? Did Rico deserve the opportunity to go out on his shield, man? These is all questions that need to be answered in this next segment, man. The controversial stoppage, man. Like I say, for me, listen, man, we tell y'all this shit all the fucking time. We say this every other show, every other stream, bro. KG has said it, R has said it, Red said, Max said, every Thomas said, Shower said, Queen, everybody says it, bro. Like, when you take your ass across that pond, and I don't know what Egypt is or how far Egypt is from the UK, you know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna let all fella cook on that, you know what I'm saying? But we all know how them referees get down over there across the way, you understand me? Across that Atlantic, you know what I'm saying? So, all fella, man, did Rico get robbed of a real finish? What's your thoughts, brother?
Shout out to Shawala Ya, because I must say, yes, indeed. He got robbed of a real finish, 503. Yes, indeed. He was robbed out there by the pyramids, 503. Come on now. Let me tell you, this was Rico's first 12-round fight. All ringside observers, all casual observers that was watching the fight over the zone had Rico winning the fight. I myself personally had Rico up 7 rounds to 3 going into the 11th round. Now, yes, Usyk finally was clutch and knocked down Rico with a crisp uppercut. Rico went face first into the ropes, was able to get up before the count of 10. Once again, shame on the referee for messing up that situation. Instead of forcing Rico to continue to fight, he gave him an extra break by putting that mouth guard back in, washing the mouth guard, getting him into the corner, and putting it back in. Unnecessary. But that's the fault of, once again, of the referee, Mark Lyson, British referee. The British refereeing is on spotlight. This is like so many exposures happen on Sunday, and that was another exposure of the incompetence of British refereeing, which is leading to the suspicion that British refereeing is on the tape. Because that stoppage right there was absolutely terrible, especially when you only have 1 second, to some accounts, 4 seconds left in the round. 1 to 4 seconds left in the round of round 11. You mean to tell me you can't let that man live and get to the to the end of the round? Give him that 30 seconds to recover. Let's take it back to Rico Verhoeven's kickboxing career, because he's been knocked down multiple times with head kicks, overhand right hands and whatnot. Knocked down, cut, Get back up to win. This man has won undefeated for over a decade. And we ain't talking about one fight a year type shit. We talking about 2-3 fights a year. We talking about in certain instances where he's in tournaments fighting 3 fights a day. So we're not gonna let that man live to the 12th round and go out on his shield. He would. A lot of us said he wasn't even supposed to be there. He was supposed to get outed in the early rounds, but he didn't. He was really trying to rewrite history over there in Egypt. He was outboxing the master boxer, and he was almost there. 503, almost there. But not only did Rico get robbed, I'm almost finished. Not only did Rico get robbed, you know who else got robbed? 503.
Yeah, who you talking about?
Usyk got robbed. Usyk got robbed of a conclusive finish, right? We over here debating, and we over here criticizing the ref. But Usyk could have got that viral moment, that viral finish. There would be no arguments. There would be no questioning the next morning. All that lackluster performance in the early rounds could have been written off with a conclusive finish, and the referee robbed Usyk of that as well. So both fighters lost in my estimation, not lost, but was robbed of their moment on Saturday afternoon. Shame on the British refereeing system. Shame.
Hold on, real quick, bro. How does a British referee get a job in Africa, in Egypt? Shouldn't the Africans, like the African Boxing Commission, shouldn't they get dibs on that fight?
Hey, you're gonna have to take that up with OG Turkey Johnson. And
I'm asking you, bro.
Who was utilizing, and that's what I'm telling you. You're gonna have to take that up because right now, Riyadh Season and OG Turkey Johnson primarily utilize the British Boxing Board of Commission as the commission that oversees these bouts, whether it's in Egypt, whether it's in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Yeah, that's what they do.
But Egypt
that's why we see these British refs.
Right. Is Egypt a part of the African continent? Right. Yes.
Correct.
Right. Okay. I'm just making sure the logistics is aligning.
But like I said earlier in my previous dialogue, 503, did you see the refs uniform? On the back of it, the patch didn't say no Ring Magazine, but it did say Riyadh Season.
Goddamn Turk. All right, KG. Yeah, all fella, he said a lot, man. Did Rico get robbed of a real finish, man? What say you, bro?
Yeah. Anytime Michael Buffer, you know what I'm saying, can say at 2 minutes and 59 seconds, referee calls a stop to the fight. Only way that's acceptable is if a punch was thrown at 256, 257, 258, and it knocked Rico down. That's the only way I can see the referee jumping in and doing something like that. Not with a barrage of punches. Though all of them, I want to say all those, majority of those punches landed, but it's still at the same time, you heard the clap, 10-second clap. You should have allowed that. That man, and like I said, he was right there by his corner too. He wasn't too far from his corner. So that could have continued. So he was robbed of given the privilege of going out on the shield. And like our fella said, Usyk was robbed of, you know what I'm saying, of a potential viral moment. You know what I'm saying? So it was nasty all the way around. You know what I'm saying? So the referees came as a package deal with OG Turkey Johnson. That's why he had Riyadh on the back of his shirt. You were right. The commission there in Egypt, if there's a commission in Egypt, you know what I'm saying? Because Africa being a continent, you know what I'm saying, different countries has different. So I don't know how that worked out. I couldn't even tell you. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. When was the last time we had boxing in Egypt? So I don't know. Maybe they brought all their cups, plates, and knives and forks with them, and the referees was part of that. And this guy was just they rolled the dice, and he happened to, you know what I'm saying, be able to make that trip. So, but I don't know. Everybody got robbed. The fans got robbed.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody got robbed, you know what I'm saying? Because everybody, you know what I'm saying, wanted to see this, and everybody was on the edge of their seats. And I still don't know who that commentator was that was on the edge of his seats. He got robbed because he must have had money on Rico. You know what I'm saying? Because he was like, oh my God, he was, you know what I'm saying? He had Rico down his throat the whole damn fight from the beginning of the first bell to the end. So he was disappointed. He probably bet his house on that. He can't even go home now. He's stuck in Egypt.
Man, yeah, man, whole lot of questions, man. This is why you love boxing, though, man, because I say this shit all the time, man. You never know until you know, man. You know what I'm saying? Who would have known that Rico was gonna come in and do what he did? Nobody seen that shit coming, bro. Like I say, man, a whole lot of controversy, man. This is my last question in regards to Usyk and Rico. Did Rico deserve the opportunity to go out on his shield, man? For me, man, I'm gonna say hell yeah, fucking right he did. Because it's a saying in boxing, right? We always say this, man. In order to win the fight, right, you got to take it to the champion. You always hear guys say that, you know what I'm saying? You got to take it to the champion. Yeah, man, you got to be in his face. You got to be in his in his chest. You got to throw your jab. You got to throw your combinations. You got to take it from him. Was Rico not taking it from Usyk? Was he not bringing the fight to him? You know what I'm saying? Like, what was he not doing? For him to go out on his shield, he deserved that. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of times these referees are put in very, very difficult situations. They have to be critical thinkers in critical moments. They got to think fast. And yeah, man, that ref that referee, man, he just to me watching that fight, I'll say this. I think Rico was more fatigued than he was actually hurt. I think the fatigues. People say he was on the roids and he was on the juice and whatnot, but to me it seemed like he was more fatigued than anything versus him being hurt. I think Usyk did catch him with a good shot. You know, that uppercut, man. Listen, man, when you get hit with an uppercut, bro, I don't give a fuck who you is. When you get hit with a flush uppercut, man, that shit can hurt anybody. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's just my little take, my 2 cents to the talking party. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Usyk, you know what I'm saying? Usyk did what he had to do, you know what I'm saying? But the ref did make a bad call. And I think Rico did deserve to go out on his shield, you know what I'm saying, on some Deontay Wilder type shit. That's just me. The homie said had Rico winning. Thomas say me too, 7-3. Thomas, he say British refs may have been looking very shaky the last month and a half. Yeah. I mean, we seen some, and that's crazy because in the Daniel Dubois fight, Fabio Wardley fight, you know what I'm saying? He let them fight. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, bro. Man, you never know with them UK refs, man. All fella, man. Did Rico deserve the opportunity to go out on his shield, man? Give me your final thoughts on this fight.
Like I said, the way he was able to overachieve, ultimately watch Usyk for periods of that fight, being a one fight novice in the boxing ring. He should have been afforded specifically due to the fact that there was 1 second left in the round. We're talking about a fight. Once again, let me reiterate, he was washing the lineal unified heavyweight champion. Okay? He was washing. He wasn't taking a sustained amount of punishment like we saw in the Danny Dubois Fabio Worley fight. It wasn't back there. It wasn't like there was a massive back and forth throughout large periods of the fight where both fighters were accruing damage. Majority of the damage was done. There was a flurry in the third round where I think Rico was stunned, and of course what we saw in the 11th, right? So being that this man hasn't sustained continuous repeated damage throughout the fight, let that man live to the 12th. Understand that this was his shot. This was his shot to be the next Buster Douglas, because he was in the act in a similar situation. The man's mother died during this camp for this fight.
Hold on. Who mother died?
Rico.
Damn.
Yeah, the man's mother died during the camp for this fight, and this is the type of performance he puts on, and the ref wouldn't allow him, give him that opportunity to go out on his shield. So yeah.
Damn, bro.
Land a plane on that, bro.
Damn, man. Yeah, you just fucked me up with that one, bro. Man, sheesh, Luis, bro. Good googly moogly. Yeah, man. Yeah, I hate that for that brother, man. That's crazy. KG, man, close us out on this, bro. Did Rico deserve the opportunity to go out on his shield, man?
I'm gonna keep it short. Our fella said enough, man. You can move on, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Man. Okay, so my next thing I wanted to get to, man, we gotta talk about this because the UK is cracking right now, man. The UK has a plethora of champions now, man. And it's just it's getting to the point, man, where these boys is, to me, they low key on a little run right now, man. I don't know if people really want to get them credit for that, bro. But for me, man, I gotta give credit what credit is due. When you look at the landscape of boxing, right? You look at Hamza Shiraz, you look at Dalton Schmidt, you look at Daniel Dubois. You look at all these different guys coming from the UK. And for me, I'ma just say I like what I'm seeing, man. I like what I'm seeing. You know what I'm saying? Because we just seen another UK guy last night get the win, and he is the Reggie champion. And salute to US6 on IG for posting this, because you know, he's a factor now at 147 in Jack Catterall. You know what I'm saying? He definitely is somebody that we have to talk about. You know what I'm saying? So last night we got two UK champions was crowned. Hamza Shiraz has the WBO belt, and Jack Catterall has the WBA Reggie belt, and it's looking like he's gonna have to fight Rolly in a mandatory challenge. You know what I'm saying? Let me screen share this real quick so y'all can get a visual of what I'm talking about, and we're gonna get to it. So let's see. Yeah, so we got my man's Jack Catterall, you know what I'm saying? And of course we got Hamza Shiraz as well, man. And the new Reggie champ, Jack Catterall, knocks down Gilsoft en route to wide unanimous decision. And of course, Hamza Shiraz destroys Aleem Bejic in 2 rounds with a vicious body shot. And now he has 168-pound champion. You know what I'm saying? You also have, like I say, Daniel Dubois. You got Dalton Smith. You got a plethora of UK champions, man. So I want to ask y'all this, man. Who becomes the next UK superstar after AJ Fury Usyk era ends? You know what I'm saying? You got a lot of different fighters to pick from from the UK. You know what I'm saying? KG, who do you think is gonna be the next guy in the UK?
First, what you were saying, you're liking how the UK is moving and what they're doing. I don't know what their social media circuit is like over there, but over here we're social media first. You know what I'm saying? So all our favorite fighters and, you know what I'm saying, fighters that we don't like is going back and forth on X and IG, and you know what I'm saying, got content creators supporting them, and you know what I'm saying, nefarious ways and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, I don't know, man. So when it comes to that, maybe they're focused on fighting over there. And the fights that they can, you know what I'm saying, that they can get, and the fights that they can put on. Maybe that's what it is, because I don't hear too much about UK fighters, you know what I'm saying, caught up in the pipeline of, you know what I'm saying, the social media shit. I only hear about them when it's time to fight. So I don't know. But as far as the next, ever since Hamza has gone up, bro, at 68, I think he's comfortable there. And I think they got trouble there with him. So he might be the it guy at 68, you know what I'm saying? Especially seeing how the Christian and Billy and Canelo fight will go in September. You know what I'm saying? I think it's going to determine, you know what I'm saying, what the landscape really is. Because if Canelo wins, I don't think Canelo would fight Hamza. I don't see that fight happening. So that'll be like a hold up in a sense. But if Billy fights him, I can see Billy wanting to fight Hamza Shiraz to keep it going and keep it on that side of the water. You know what I'm saying? So who were the other guys you said? Jack Catterall.
I got him pulled up on the screen. So you got
Lewis.
You got Lewis Crocker, you got Daniel Dubois, Hamza, you got Dalton Smith, and you got Josh Kelly. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they all got.
Daniel Dubois is a fight by fight basis.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Some days he's up, some days he's, you know what I'm saying. I don't know. I need to see some consistency out of him. Dalton Smith and Jack Catterall. Depends on, you know what I'm saying, if they win the damn Devin Haney damn sweepstakes. You know what I'm saying? They not too important. They just belt holders. At the moment. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And then with Brian Norman Jr., you know what I'm saying, bouncing back. Yeah, like I said, I don't see too much coming out of those dudes at 47. You know what I'm saying?
What about Lewis Crocker?
Lewis Crocker's at 47, right?
Yeah, he got the IBF.
Yeah, he a belt holder too. He's just waiting to get a phone call. You know what I'm saying? And he gonna find a nice place to lay down. You know what I'm saying? So it's I ain't got too much hope in, you know what I'm saying, in him. I got more hope in Jack Catterall than I do in damn Lewis Crocker.
Wow. Okay. Okay.
But Hamza is the guy. You know what I'm saying? That if any star out of that bunch that you're talking, yeah, I think it'll be Hamza.
Yeah, man. Okay. Like I said, I had to go and find this picture, man. This picture definitely stood out to me because I'm gonna be real, man. I'm not used to seeing the UK dominate like this, man. They got 5 world champions, Jack Catterall being a Reggie belt holder, man. They got like 6 world champions right now, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, so if you count Jack Catterall, Reggie belt, you know what I'm saying? So hey man, the UK by the numbers. You can't like I'm a numbers and analytics guy, man. By the numbers, man, the UK right now is kicking ass. You know what I'm saying? They kicking ass. We can say whatever we want to say. They got a champion. They got 2 champions at 147. They got a champion at 140. They got a champion at 5'4". They just got a champion at 68. Right. And of course, they got the heavyweight division on lock. You know what I'm saying? So hey man, it is what it is. Okay, Mr. Foreign Territory, correspondent. I'm gonna ask you, man. You know, hopefully you can, you know, give us some knowledge and some news that we can use in the foreign territory markets, man. Who will be the next UK superstar after AJ Fury and Usyk era ends?
You can subtract 4 of these guys.
Oh wow!
Off that.
Why am I subtracting? Tell me why I'm subtracting.
Well, like KG was saying earlier, like Lewis Crocker, he's a belt holder. I don't know if he has that crossover appeal. Same with Dalton Smith.
Wow.
He don't have that. I don't believe he has that crossover appeal, and he hasn't proven to sell tickets like that. Josh Kelly, he had a bright future at one point, but I still put him in a class as another belt holder. They still have some seasoning to do, but I don't know how much seasoning they can get to the point where they're pound for pound, where we're talking about them as world-class opposition. I'm still skeptical about all these guys as being the next bunch of UK guys that are gonna definitely bring them on to the next era. No, maybe Hamza should rise. Once again, you're looking at Danny Dubois. I won't put him in that list because he's champion right now due to the fact of Usyk's, you could say, generosity, or you could say negligence, because he didn't want to defend that WBO title, so he decided to give it up and vacate it. Right? He didn't want to fight Joseph Parker at that time, so he decided to give it up and have Wardley and Joseph Parker fight for it. So they're quintessential belt holders. They're not the real champions of the division. None of these guys are unified, you know what I mean, and hold that cachet, right? Hamza Saraj might be the only guy that has the potential, the charisma, the ability to speak behind the mic, sound good behind the mic, but look good between the ropes. Has a style we saw what he did against a overmatched opponent and a lean Begic. Now that was I'm side-eyeing that matchup right there, you know what I mean? Because there was better opposition available that was higher ranked.
Like who?
Jacob, the undefeated Danish fighter, Jacob Bank, who recently knocked out William Skull. The same William Skull that took Canelo 12 rounds. Jacob Bank knocked him the fuck out, right?
Jacob Bank.
Yeah.
Where he from?
Denmark. Undefeated and been active. You know what I mean? And
Is
been active.
is he like Irish? Is that like Denmark? Is what is
Nah,
what?
Denmark, like kind of like north of Germany over there.
Okay. He in that territory. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
they ain't known
Mm,
for no boxing either.
yeah.
You know what I mean, this is one of them territories where boxing been banned for a minute, like Sweden type shit. I
Yeah,
mean, he
okay.
over them ways, but that motherfucker was available, but they find this motherfucker baggage. Now they got the right protection plan for Hamza Shiraz for him
Oh,
to be able to cross over because he already has the King of New York. You know what I mean, now he has a WBO title,
why
and
Hamza
now
got to be on a
and
protection
now
plan, man?
and now all of a sudden they're talking about Canelo next, totally writing off in Billy, like he's not even around, and that like he's not getting the next fight against Canelo.
Why
You know what I
Hamza
mean?
got to be on a protection plan, bro?
Because like I just showed you, the number 3 ranked Jacob Bank was available, but however, Baby Turk Shiraz was fights a guy that was European level at best for the WBO championship. You know what I mean? In front of
Mm.
the pyramids. Where was Frank Warren? Nowhere to be seen. Yeah. So, and another guy we can't forget that's not on this up on this graphic that they're handing the keys to is Moses Atuma. You know what I mean? He's one of the definitely heavyweight hopefuls that is very much talked about in the UK circles, is the guy that can exceed what Tyson Fury and what AJ's been able to do.
Yeah, but
Maybe
Moses
not
is not
box
a champ
office,
yet, though.
maybe not boxing. He's not a champ yet, but you said the young UK stars that are gonna bring UK into the next era, bro.
Mm.
And he's one of those guys. You know what I mean, he could
Mm.
have easily been a Reggie champ like Catterall. You know what I mean?
Mm.
If the time was right, but he's
So
definitely
so
on that list.
so Hamza Shiraz, instead of fighting the number 3 guy in Jacob Bank, who's 19-0, he fought Aleem Begic, the number 4 guy. What's wrong with fighting the number 4 guy, bro? Don't why you shitting on Hamza like that, man?
Because Beggage ain't did shit, bro. He ain't fought no top 15 contender not once in his life, bro. And like I've been just showed you, my boy William Skull got outed. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Packed up, put to bed,
Uh-huh.
left in the dirt by Jacob
Yeah.
Bank.
Okay.
Can we put in any credentials? And after he did that, he fought an undefeated power punching Namibian contender. Knocked
Mm-hmm.
him out in 5 rounds. What is we doing?
Yeah. Hey man, I'm gonna be real with you though. I'm liking the 168-pound division. I'm looking at the rankings right now. So you got IBF champion, you got our boy Iglesias, right? WBC, you got M. Billy. Lester Martinez got the interim. WBA is Jaime Munguia, and Canelo is coming back to fight in Billy. So hey man, 168 looking real good right now. You know what I'm saying? Hamza needs to, he needs to get up in there. You know what I'm saying? He needs to fight. He needs to fight a legitimate opponent, because I don't think this Aleem guy, he's gonna get too much credit from. Now I value what my brother says. You know what I'm saying? He says Begic wasn't the guy. So we gonna see how Hamza Shiraz moves forward. And
Bro, Beggage was gift wrap, bro.
yeah, okay. I'm gonna take your word on that. But he was a top 5 guy in the WBO. You know what I'm saying? So
you know that
yeah.
food that get gift wrap. You know what I mean? On the holiday season, that's what he
Yeah,
was.
he was foil paper, huh? Foil paper, huh? Tupperware. God damn. Okay, man. All right. So let's go ahead and move on real quick. I got some more questions to get to, and we're gonna get to them, man. let me pull up this clip real quick while we get into it. Let's see. Here you go. Yeah.
For the situation, I'm ready. I think Germany is ready for the fight. All the German fans wait. I know many Ukrainian people live also in Germany. Let's do it in Germany in stadium. I think the fans want to fight. All the fans in boxing. Let's do it, Usyk.
Okay, let's do it. No problem. Yeah, if Turki Alalshikh organization, no problem, brother. I'm ready.
You know, I've waited so long for the situation. I'm ready.
Okay.
Nigga said I ready.
You know what I'm saying? KG, I'm gonna come to you, bro. Who should Usyk fight next, man? We just seen him. We just seen Caballero call him out. It's a plethora of names at heavyweight for my mans to fight, man. You got the Daniel Dubois rematch. You got the Rico rematch. You got Caballero. You got Wilder. You got Tyson Fury. So many names out there for Usyk, man. Who should Usyk fight next?
Listen. Usyk's next fight is in Holland. It's in Holland, and we're going to rematch Rico. No, Ajit, you don't get to call Germany. The next fight is in Holland. So if you know what I'm saying, if you get the if you get your straw drawn, you know what I'm saying, we're not fighting in fucking Germany. Fighting in Holland. That's what the fuck we fighting at. So we already got that established. You know what I'm saying? So
what hold on, where's Holland at, bro? What that said?
It's over beside Germany too.
Yep.
Well, across the water from UK though.
So the people of Germany is gonna have to travel to Holland. You know what I'm saying? The ultimate road warrior, you're gonna have to travel too. You know what I'm saying? So
is that Rico backyard?
I don't know.
Holland's Rico's backyard.
Oh, okay.
Damn.
You gotta remember, all
Turkey was about to give it to him at home.
European countries are like American states, like in that, you know what I mean?
But that's crazy. Turkey was about to
distance.
Turkey was about to give them Rico the rematch at home. Said, no, what? Yeah, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? We give you the rematch at home. But whether the bitch is at Holland or wherever, I like the Ajit Caballero fight because this is Usyk's on the way out, and with the hiccup in this fight with Rico, I'm not taking him off of the pound for pound, but you do lose your privilege of them saying, "No, what? This is who I want to fight on the way out." Nah, the people are not happy, so you got to make up for it. And fighting Wilder ain't gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? And who was the other fight?
Wilder ain't it no more, huh?
No, Wilder ain't gonna do it. And a third fight with Tyson Fury ain't gonna do it. And he not gonna fight. He not gonna fight his damn newfound best friend in AJ. So that's not gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? So Ajit Caballero, the body snatcher, yeah. Like I said, because I think he lost his privileges. Because like if he had it his way, I'd be like, yeah, fight Wilder on the way out. But you kind of lost that now. So Wilder ain't gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it'd be better to get in there with Ajit and pass the torch to him, or show him that you can beat him and then go ahead and hang it up after that. So that I think that's the best thing, smoking, because that's the only thing that removes his scar. Because if he rematches Rico, I think he got Rico figured out. I don't think Rico you know what I'm saying, is going to be able to maintain for as long. And I think he finds a sooner route to, you know what I'm saying, actually close that fight out. So
facts.
Yeah, so Ajit Caballero is the best damn thing smoking, bro.
Yeah, I agree with you 1,000% on that, man. I think K probably had the best take on that. All fella, what say you? Who should Usyk fight next, man? You got the Rico rematch, Daniel Dubois, Tyson Fury. You know what I'm saying? Of course, Caballero. What you got?
Usyk done fucked up, bro.
Damn.
And man, we shouldn't even be talking about this, bro. He should have retired gracefully after the Danny Dubois knockout.
Greedy belly.
That's what he should have done.
Greedy belly.
He's making fun about niggas about greedy belly, but he turned into the greedy belly. For the love of the dollar.
Greedy belly, baby.
You know what I mean? For the love of the baggery.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And and that baggery had this guy looking pedestrian against a kickboxer, bro. Who should he fight next? Adjik Kabayel is so deserving of this championship shot. He's been patiently waiting, being respectful, not over outwardly calling him out when he had all the reason to do so. You know what I mean? But this time, he made sure he showed up to Egypt. You know what I mean? And he's been hearing what the streets have been saying. He's been listening low key to what OG Turkey Johnson been saying. And of course, OG Turkey Johnson loves giving out secrets. You know what I mean? He loves spilling the tea, so to speak. And in the lead up to the fight, he's talking about, yeah, Usyk don't like talking about the future, but we got a nice surprise for him in Turkey. You know what I mean? So ultimately, now we think, okay, low key, this Rico fight, Rico has no chance because they're already planning Usyk's next fight in Turkey. You know what I mean? And if it's in Turkey, possibly it's gonna be Adjik Kabayel as the opponent for Usyk in Turkey. But from my loose knowledge of the situation, Adjik Kabayel he's from Germany, but he's from Kurdish descent. And from my loose knowledge of the whole geopolitical structure over there and and situation, there's a problem with the Kurds in Turkish. So he came to Egypt, came into the ring with the German World Cup soccer team jersey on. I mean, one of the most identifiable soccer jerseys out there. That German, that I forget, it might have been the '88 World Cup soccer jersey. He came in with that on just to make OG Turkey Johnson we gonna have this fight in Germany, not no Turkey, in Germany. We can sell out stadiums in Germany. You know what I mean? There's a huge Ukrainian base in Germany. You know how I know that? Because two of the we can call them legendary brothers in Vitaly and Vladimir Klitschko. We all complained as North American boxing fans that they ruined the heavyweight division. You know why? Because they was based in Germany. Ukrainians, two Ukrainian brothers that held down the divisions for decades, bro. So the base is there. So fuck what they talking about in Holland and shit. Rico gonna have to wait. I mean, he's deserving of a rematch, but not immediately. Big boy business needs to be attended to. Adjik Kabayel and Usyk need to fight next in Germany because it makes all the sense in the world. Big stadium fight. You know what I mean? You got all the German fan base. You got the Kurdish fan base that can freely go. Who knows if they're gonna get persecuted if they have in the Turkey? I mean, they won't be be able to openly express themselves and cheer like they want to cheer if it's down in Turkey. Let them let them live in Germany and get this fight done. I mean, Usyk's next fight should be Adjik Kabayel, straight, simple, and plain. The waiting's over.
Well said, well said. All right, man. I agree with my brothers wholeheartedly. You know what I'm saying? We definitely need to see Kabayel get his shot. You know what I'm saying? And that's that on that. All right, man. I was trying to wait for Cadillac Red to pull up, man. But we got to talk about it, man. His boy, man. Rocco, man. Rocco got put on a t-shirt yesterday, man. In the second round of his fight, this was his. I don't know if you deem Guido as a step up fight, but this was his official step up fight against a heavyweight contender and Torres and Sanchez. Torres fought Frank Sanchez, man. Yeah, this was bad, man. This was bad. I'm lost for words, man, because I didn't see that coming. You know what I'm saying? We didn't really talk about this fight as much. We didn't do no predictions or pick'ems because we taking a break from the pick'ems right now in the fight pool. But shouts out to Frank Sanchez. You know what I'm saying? The Cuban, the goddamn Cuban Flash, man. A lot of the Cuban boxers have been losing. But Frank Sanchez, you know what I'm saying? He got it back in blood for the Cubans. You know what I'm saying? So salute to him for that. KG, I'll start with you first, man. Was Richard Torres overhyped, man? Was your co-host boy, man, Rocco, was he overhyped?
I tried to tell y'all motherfuckers I had never been sold on Rocco. Like, and I'm not writing Rocco off saying that he can't bounce back from this.
Oh my God.
But at the same time, I had never had high hopes for Rocco. You know what I'm saying? Though, you know what I'm saying? He what was he, a silver medalist?
Silver, yes.
Yeah, yes, silver medalist.
Put some respect on Rocco's
But
name,
but
please.
but his he was not the superior boxer. You know what I'm saying? When you look at both of these fighters. So I think I didn't overlook Frank Sanchez. I was just like, you know what? He has to damn deal with uh the wild one and see if he can weather that. Because he does have a superior damn boxing skill set over Rocco. So Rocco, he just has to figure out and see and wait for Rocco to make mistakes. And Rocco made mistakes sooner than even I anticipated. I didn't think he was going to make. You know what I'm saying? Like, and if you go back, it's a guy that I follow, and I think I follow him because I think I seen 503 liking. You know what I'm saying? The post that the guy was putting up. There's a guy that he stops and slows down everything and shows you the scientific reasoning behind certain punches. Um, Frank Sanchez, he kept baiting Rocco, like not throwing the punch at the face, but he kept throwing it toward the shoulder. And every time he did it, Rocco would lean off to the right. I mean, lean off to the left, lean off to the left. I was like, bro, I was like, he's setting the table right now. And I seen that in the first round. I was like, bro, and this is before somebody backstage might have said something about it. It was, oh man, Frank, or the commentary might have said it about how early Frank was able to land the right hand. And then I had seen a clip of Showbiz. He was sitting ringside and he was saying the same thing. He was like, man, he was landing that right hand early. And I was like, yep. I said he's just gonna bait Rocco because I say because Rocco has the crazy thing. Rocco would jump on every one of his previous opponents. He had respect for Frank Sanchez because of the boxing skill set that he knew he had. So it was like he knew he couldn't just jump in on Frank. But at the same time, it might have been the best plan that might have got him somewhere that would have had Frank on the back foot and had him flustered a little bit. But Rocco stayed where there was space and gave Frank Sanchez opportunity. And like I said, Rocco showed the lack of skill set with the mistakes that he made and leaned right into a punch that didn't take long for Frank Sanchez to come right back to. So um Rocco got hard. He was fighting to get back up, but the body was saying no. You know what I'm saying? So but like I said, Rocco's young. Rocco's young, and this is a learning curve. This is a learning curve, and the Bomac philosophy may take a little bit more time to take form. So going forward, Rocco, you know what I'm saying? Anybody that's a Rocco fan, do not write your guy off. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Let him look like I get people telling me, hey man, check on your guys. Yeah, that's still your guy and every damn thing. Bro, if Rocco's your guy, you know what I'm saying? He ain't never been my guy, but at the same time, I don't count anybody out because, like I said, this is boxing. But yeah, Rocco, you know what I'm saying, got crucified. They just forgot to cross his ankles.
Damn. Yeah, I guess we can all say Rocco was overhyped, man. Look, man, let me say this, bro. This ain't just about Rocco losing, man. The bigger conversation that we need to have, bro, is what's going on with the American heavyweight development system. Amateur hype versus pro reality, right? The global takeover internationally of heavyweight boxing. See, a lot of times, bro, over here on Usual Suspects Sunday, man, in the land of the usual suspects, in the realm of Usual Suspects 6, bro, we talk real boxing. We not fanboys. We might like certain guys and root for certain guys, bro, but when you come to our show, bro, we are going to talk boxing on a global, international scale. We're not just going to talk about Devin Haney. We're not just going to talk about Shakur. We're not just going to talk about little Tinky Tank. We're not just going to talk about the favorite, popularity, most popular guys who's winning the popularity contest for clicks, views, and likes and shit. Right? We've been telling y'all for a long time, bro, that the American heavyweight boxing landscape is spread thin. It's short. We don't have that many heavyweights over here, gang. And with Rocco losing in Egypt, in foreign territory, of all people, he loses to a Cuban. Some call me a Cuban sympathizer, right? But I'm the first to tell you, bro, I didn't see Rocco get knocked out in the second round. And how he got knocked out, bro, it was very, very simple but deadly. I don't even think Uncle Frank put a whole bunch of pop in that punch. He just placed it so beautifully. And this is what I love about the Cubans, man. Them Cuban guys, they can be real technical. You know what I'm saying? And I know Uncle Frank got that. He got that in him. Pause. Right? I just don't understand how come America, we could keep having all these great stories, but we don't have any dominant heavyweight champions no more, bro. When you look at the heavyweight landscape, right? Of course, you got Usyk, you got Daniel Dubois, you got Zilly Zhang, you got Tyson Fury, right? Now we got Frank Sanchez, you got Joseph Parker, Fabio Warley, Moses Atuma, Lawrence Okoli, Tony Yoka. You got so many good international heavyweights, not American, bro. Just keep that in mind. You know what I'm saying? Oh, fella, I'm gonna ask you, brother, this foreign territory, man. Uncle Frank is Cuban. Was Richard Torres overhyped, man? What's your thoughts, bro?
No, I don't think he was overhyped. I think he was overhoped. He was overhoped. I was one of those guys. I mean, they wasn't putting Top Rank wasn't putting heavy hype behind Rocco Torres. You know what I mean? He wasn't headlining events like that and shit. You know what I mean? He was over there. He was being exported as a Riyadh season fighter. I mean, give him that opportunity, go over there, you know what I mean, and see if he can be great. Now, we ain't gonna slander Rocco like he ain't shit. He had some good wins. He beat Brandon Moore, another uh underrated American heavyweight with an undefeated record that Rocco took his O. Okay, the Guido Villanello, that was a tough fight nonetheless, but he came out of that with a win. What I call a seasoning fight. But this fight right here, bro, um, we got to see this shit. You know what I mean? And full credit for Rocco and full credit to Top Rank for allowing this fight to happen. They could have easily continued to protect, continue to feed them more of a top rank diet, and and take more of a softer road, softer opposition. But this was a true test, a true top 15 type guy in Frank Sanchez. You know what I mean? And what we saw, for one, before we get into what we saw with, of course, the obvious results, should we not be questioning the physique and the condition that nephew Sanchez came in? You know what I mean? Because we we like to point that out when it comes to the Druce crew. When one of their fighters, you know what I mean, look extraordinary and whatnot. But yes, he was trained and does train in the Eddie Reynoso gym. You know what I mean, and he was looking absolutely yoked, jacked up, diesel, whatever you want to call it. That man was all of that. The best condition I ever seen nephew Frank Sanchez in. You know what I mean? But what, taking away the unconfirmed suspicions, okay? Taking away that, Rocco was knocked out. Similarly to how he was knocked out in the amateurs against Jalalov. Back a day of Jalalov, the Uzbek Olympian champion that's still undefeated in the pro ranks, that's been literally doing nothing but fighting cans. You know what I mean? But that it was shades of that. And what this ultimately shows me, 503, is that our boy Rocco does not have a world class chin. You know what I mean? Because what we saw in the main event when old boy got knocked down, he was able to get up. And there was the possibility he was able to continue to recover, but the referee took away that. You know what I mean? But in this situation, Rocco got packed up. He got, well, what that New York brother say, he got took to Ping Nation. Packed up and took to Ping Nation, bro. You know what I mean? That's what happened to Rocco. And there was no need for a count. Because there was no recovery. Man wasn't able to get up before the 10 count. You know what I mean? Called this nigga the 10 count Richie. You know what I mean? That's how bad it's shit. He need to work on his defense, bro. Straight up and down. Reckless, fatal mistake. Reckless, fatal mistake. You know what I mean? Caught him, and his chin has been exposed for not being world class. Not good enough to fight within the tiers of the top 15. Nephew Frank exposed that. You know what I mean? You should hope if your defense fails and you get clipped with the punch, you're going to get wet in this game. But you should hope that if you get clipped with the punch and you get knocked down, you still have the ability to get back up and at least try to continue the round and have some type of recuperative abilities. But we ain't see that, bro. Defense needs to be definitely worked on. I'm still going to be a fan of Rocco, but that was highly highly disappointed. You know what I mean? It was a somber night after what I saw. I mean, after that knockout, I was hurt. You know what I mean? And to to even peel it even deeper, he was a real hope, a real American heavyweight hope that was being put on. We saw what happened to Jared Big Baby Anderson. Rocco was the next in line. He was talking the talk, the way we like the way we like to hear it. He was calling out Moses Atuma. Yeah, I want that smoke. Yeah, that's a fight that makes a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he didn't carry his part of the bargain, Five. I mean, he failed the heavyweight American landscape. Back to the drawing board.
Okay. Why do American heavyweights keep falling short internationally? It seems like now with this new batch of American heavyweights, we can't seem to get out of get out of fourth gear. You know what I'm saying? And rev up the engine how we really want to and hit the highway. Because we keep running into brick walls internationally, right? This is the second heavyweight of this era to fight someone on the other side of the pond and come up short. Um, even though Uncle Frank is Cuban, this fight took place on a ring Riyadh card, right? This fight was held in Egypt, so you have to put all that into perspective. He fought on the road against a non-American heavyweight, a Cuban heavyweight, which we know Cuba is known for having great fighters. Some might say the Cubans are better than the Americans, right? Depending on who you have a conversation with. You know what I'm saying? So that's just something to keep in mind. Um, but when you think of great American boxing heavyweights, right? You think of the Tysons, the Holyfields, the Foremans, the Riddick Bowes, right? You know, you think of those guys um that held down. Of course, you think about Muhammad Ali, but he's everybody's GOAT, right? Joe Frazier, you know what I'm saying? Ken Norton. American heavyweights have dominated since the beginning of boxing. You know what I'm saying? We go all the way back down to Jack Johnson, right? To see, I mean, America has always had a great heavyweight. You think about the Brown Bomber and Joe Louis before we had a Bronze Bomber and Deontay Wilder. Even Deontay Wilder, man. When Deontay Wilder, reigned, and he fought the Cuban and Luis Ortiz. He was able to, get King Kong Ortiz up out of here. So this fight is very, very symbolic to what the usual suspects have been saying. You know what I'm saying? As it relates to the American heavyweight landscape. KG, I'm gonna ask you though, bro. Why do American heavyweights keep falling short internationally? What's your thoughts on that?
We don't get good work here, and then our best athletes are not boxers. Like in other countries, they don't have like worldwide sports. You know what I'm saying? And if they do, it's a bunch of small dudes. You know what I'm saying? Here, our best athletes are them either in the NFL or on the basketball court, and that kind of stunts the growth of heavyweights. So like in the gym, heavyweights are not getting like full-fledged real good work. And the work that they're getting in there with guys just that are just big. Like it's almost like it's like the 80s when it comes to the NBA. Like the bigs were just big. They weren't athletic. They couldn't jump out of the gym. They couldn't shoot threes. They couldn't handle the ball. They were just big bodies to be out there just to get rebounds and get blocks. You know what I'm saying? But now everybody has like a different edge with them because of the training regime that they utilize. So, and those guys are not in boxing, especially on this side of the water when it comes to heavyweights. Those guys are getting to the money on the NFL on the field or on the basketball court because the money is readily available. Big guys, big bouncers. I mean, big boxers. They're usually bouncers. They're usually security guards. They're usually just some big dude that say, people say he can hit hard. Some of these dudes don't find a boxing ring until it's late, you know what I'm saying, into their career versus over, you know what I'm saying, over across the water. Those dudes are grown up as far as being either hard workers and then they're thrown into boxing, you know what I'm saying? But it's not like they had another avenue to go play basketball or go play football or something like that. It just didn't pan out like that. A lot of American heavyweights that, you know, well the ones that I know I can talk to on a regular basis, they tell me the best heavyweight sparring they get is across the water. When they get the call to go over to go help somebody prepare for a camp, they said that's the best sparring that they usually get. Like they'll get heavyweight sparring here, but it's not like iron is really sharpening the iron. It's just like you're the iron and you're just hoping somebody, you know what I'm saying, of equal, you know what I'm saying, toughness shows up. But it like I said, we sell ourselves short because it's like there's no real avenue. In high school, you know what I'm saying, when you was in high school, you played football or basketball, you ran track. It wasn't no boxing classes, you know what I'm saying, in school. So it wasn't like no portal for guys to go directly into the heavyweight division. It's either you found a boxing gym after school, and usually there's like a lot of small guys. Like here, we don't have a lot of big guys. You know what I'm saying? We don't. We really don't. You know what I'm saying? I can pull up to maybe 3 or 4 different gyms. It's probably 2 or 3 heavyweights in each gym. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else is, you know what I'm saying, 180 pounds and below. So it's not like, you know what I'm saying, that's like a real avenue because big dudes is making money somewhere else. Because it's kind of hard for you to be the next big damn heavyweight when a heavyweight fight don't last long sometimes. And if you show up, almost like our fella said, Rocco needs to, you know what I'm saying, work on his defense, but at the same time, he works on the defense. How do you work on taking a punch that you ain't been taking? And next thing you know, you fold up. Most big dudes ain't took punches out here in these streets. In real life, Land 5, most big dudes can't even fight because they don't have to fight because they put people see him. They're like, that's a big motherfucker. I ain't fighting him. So a lot of these big dudes in America, they just big. You got a lot of dudes that's big for nothing. So it's, you know what I'm saying? So it was like we've cut ourselves short. We stunted our growth when it comes to boxing and trying to produce an American heavyweight. Like what's the young kid that's fighting out of Florida? I never remember his damn name, but remember he started at 54, but he went 228, 230 now.
Mazzy Van Houder.
I want to sit back and watch, you know what I'm saying, and see, because he's what, 23, 25, 20, something like he's young.
Over
I
there on
want
the sofa.
Yeah, so I want to see, you know what I'm saying, if he can be the next American, you know what I'm saying, but I don't want to put too much on it. So that's why I don't know his name yet to say it out loud, so y'all casual fans can't go, you know what I'm saying, go tank that product over there. I want to just let him do a slow burn, and about his 10, 15 fight, that's when people start taking notice to him. You know what I'm saying? So, but I think he you know what I'm saying, he might have possibilities, but we don't know yet because he has yet to really fight anybody. So, but America, bro, it's too far and in between. Big dudes don't like to fight, man. We just look big for, you know what I'm saying, sometimes for nothing.
Yeah, that was, yeah, bro. Bro really gave his spiel on that one. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate that. All fella, man. I asked you the same question, brother. Why do American heavyweights keep falling short internationally?
A lot of what KG was saying was whole facts. I mean, the pool isn't as deep over here. We have to understand that. It's not like the early 2000s and the 90s and before that historically. Boxing, the popularity of boxing is not a major sport as it was once before. It's niche. You know what I mean? The biggest athletes are going into the biggest paying uh, um, sports. Not taking away boxing, but of course they're going into the most biggest paying sports that have the most eyes in North America. And that's of course football, NFL specifically, and NBA basketball. It's not the same level of notoriety or as appealing to be American heavyweight champion as it once was before. The brand of the Olympics, being an Olympic gold medalist, don't have that appeal over here in North America as it once did before. So all that plays into the fact of the pool is a lot more shallower within the American landscape, but we ignorant to that. We keep continuing to say that these European fighters and these UK fighters need to come over here. No, a lot of our American heavyweights need to go over there now. You know what I mean? Just like a lot of our great trainers, great American trainers, they're now they're not training American fighters. They're over there immigrating to Europe, to Russia and shit, to Ukraine, putting their spin of the game on their shit, right? Shout out to Big Baby Anderson that got hip to the game. Now he over there in the UK training with, because like KG has been continuously saying, previously saying before, that I don't think Big Baby gets good work. He's been sparring all these little guys and shit like that. Well, that's good for speed, but what happens when you need to get used to the type of resistance and see what works with the big guys and not what necessarily works with guys that are smaller with them. The UK is proven to show you can get good work. There's a long list of top 15 heavyweights coming out of the UK. But under that tier, under the if you want to call it the B tier of heavyweights, there's a stock full of UK heavyweights there too as well. So their system is working. We can't be ignorant to that and be like, nah, they got to come over here. Niggas need to go over there now. That's where the landscape is at. But at the same token, it's not all doom and gloom, 503. Because I think there is a small, as bad as it's gotten, there's a small change. There's a glimmer of hope happening. You know what I mean? Because boxing's popularity is starting to rise, specifically in America, I believe.
Okay, stop right there because you're going into my next segue, and I want you to stay on the mic. Answer this, bro. Does America need a new heavyweight boxing culture?
Yes, indeed. It does need a new heavyweight boxing culture, and it needs to tap once again more into the social media, because the Olympic brand is dead over here. And what's live and popping is the social media streaming era. And this is what I was kind of alluding to, that there's a glimmer of hope where we're seeing a lot of these, even though it's off-brand fights, you know what I mean? It's exhibition fights, a lot of celebrity fights, but there's a lot more athletes interested big athletes that are interested in getting back into the boxing because they're seeing the fact that, yeah, there's the boxing can be lucrative. Boxing can bring a nice little bag when promoted well, when associated with the right parties. You know what I mean, when put with the right networks, it's gonna make you a viral moment and put you in a position where you're viewed by a lot of eyes, right? So it's becoming more intriguing. Will one or two entities from America capitalize on that? One being Zuffa. They have what I deem is the next great American heavyweight hope in Damazian, aka Mazi Van Hooter. You know what I mean, who KG was speaking of earlier, on the man that came from 154, who's now a full-fledged heavyweight, standing I think 6 foot 2.5, 225.
What he out of? What he train at?
He's now a Zuffa fighter. So he
Okay.
trains out of, I guess he trains out of the UFC Institute. I mean, and since he's been over there with Zuffa, I believe he's 2-0 with 2 KOs. Soft food, mind you, but he's looking very promising with his skills, agility. So yeah, that's a guy definitely on the come up. But with that being said, will an entity like Zuffa continue to invest in the heavyweight division, specifically in the American heavyweight division landscape? Will they institute something like we see with the UFC, where they have the Ultimate Fighter? Will they do that in the boxing sense for the American heavyweights? You know what I mean? That will help. In my opinion, the American heavyweight culture, boxing culture, once again. You know what I mean? Will MVP get into the party? This is they have the ability. They, of course, networks, DAZN, Netflix. Uh, uh, Once again, it's been devoid by other promoters. PBC don't promote properly American heavyweights at all. Top Rank does it marginally, randomly hype and overhype a silver medalist American charismatic star in Rocco Torres. They're on the fence with him. Let's be real. You know what I mean? Will MVP Jake Paul and Nikisa, that have proven to being able to promote bullshit, you know what I mean, and get major views, can they take grasp of the American heavyweight landscape? They're fully capable of doing it, and they have the infrastructure and the know-how to apply. They got the social media know-how to get in those networks for the ultimate maximized viewership. So yes, 503 here, America, North America on the whole needs a new heavyweight boxing culture, and one of those two entities from America need to implement and need to take hold of that shit, and not rely so much on our guys having to go across the pond and get that work over there in UK. They need to understand and start to rebuild what's here. That's my take.
All right, KG, take us home on this topic, man, and we're gonna get up out of here. Does America need a new heavyweight boxing culture?
Um, I kind of said it, you know what I'm saying, in my last take, but yeah, I believe, yeah, we do. But and our fella, you know what I'm saying, he's pointing in the right direction. The way MVP has put all their eggs in the basket behind women's boxing, I think they can, you know what I'm saying, bet on the house and do it again with with heavyweight boxing. But at the same time, us as America, we got to do our part and start producing able bodies. You know what I'm saying? So when people are out on doing scouting or recruitment duties, they can find these kind of guys, whether they're in a bar room, they're a hidden gym in the boxing gym that's giving everybody problems, or um, that may have had knockouts of the year or nominated for things like that. We got a guy like that, but you know what I'm saying? He's currently trying to get into Zuffa now. I don't think it should be a hard task, but Stephen Big Shot Shaw should be, you know what I'm saying, touching base back with me or our fellas in the near future to letting us know that whether he signed that paperwork or not. But he could potentially, you know what I'm saying, have something. But we need the culture, and we got the machines here. We got one that's housed in Vegas, and I know quite a few heavyweights that's in Vegas right now. One of them in particular that might still have a little bit of life in him. He's fighting in the Team Combat League right now. And then there's other heavyweights that's in Vegas. So we can do it, but boxing, I mean, heavyweight division is what started boxing. Is the machine moving away from it? That's the thing, because I don't see like no real push when it comes to it. So if that's the case, man, like MVP and Zuffa is going to have to, you know what I'm saying, help. But like I said, us as American people, we got to get the right people clapping the right cheeks so we can genetically produce the right beings. You know what I'm saying? Because that might be what it comes down to. So
This nigga said clapping the right cheeks.
hey, man, you know what I'm saying? It's all about genetics, man. You know what I'm saying? We you know what I'm saying? We a 6'5" damn 250 damn, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Black King might have to go find him a damn 5'9", 5'10" damn, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? 180-pound, 190-pound damn queen, and tie her ass down, and you know what I'm saying? And produce a damn world champion. I don't know.
Nah, bro. Nah, they ain't gotta do all that. We just can't be ignorant to the fact, bro. Look here. I mean, when it comes to basketball, look at Canadian basketball. The MVP of the league in the NBA is Shea from my city, Hamilton, Ontario. You know what I
Right.
mean? But you know why he's the MVP? And I mean, shout out to his boxing or his basketball pedigree in the city, but he took it all the way by going to the States. You know what I mean? Going to the States in his senior year and immersing himself in the high school in the basketball collegiate culture over there. You know what I mean? Then going to Kentucky, you know what I mean, and establishing himself in the American system. You know what I mean? Which is the best basketball system in the world. That's what built Shea Gilgis Alexander. You know what I
In
mean?
the world.
Not not the Canadian collegiate system, not Carleton University. Shout out McMaster, York University. It wasn't them universities over here in Canada. It was Kentucky, my nigga. You know what I mean? But same way in boxing, we don't got the collegiate system of boxing no more for heavyweights. Our heavyweights might need to go over there to Europe, you know what I mean, from a younger age, you know what I mean, and get tapped in to what they doing over there. You know what I mean? So we can get on the same level.
And for me, bro, we need to work on the culture, man, because we getting mollywopped out here in these streets, man, especially with the heavyweights, man. It's a little bit embarrassing. I'm a little bit embarrassed. It's embarrassing. You know what I'm saying? I don't like it. I don't like it. You know what I'm saying? But you know, everybody had a era. Everybody had a run, man. And like I say, the UK European market, the heavyweight market, they doing their thing, man. Especially with the heavyweights. I'm paying close attention to what they got going on in the UK. 5 UK World Champions, Jack Catterall, got the Reggie belt that makes 6. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna see how this shit play out, man. But we definitely need to change the culture. If these guys gotta go to the to Great Britain, if they gotta go to Europe, if they gotta goddamn go train with Usyk, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, we gotta work on that. You know what I'm saying? We do got a couple of heavyweights on a up and up right now on the come up. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even gonna say their names, but because I don't want to get no hope up. You know what I'm saying? But we gonna see how this shit play out, man. Great weekend of boxing. It's going down next week. O'Shaquie Foster and Raymond Ford in Houston. You know what I'm saying? So y'all be on the lookout for that. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be talking about that this week coming up. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? May has been probably one of the best months thus far in boxing. You know what I'm saying? So, we definitely gonna piggyback a little bit off what we've been missing and what we didn't talk about in the month of May. You know what I'm saying? We definitely gotta, give May its flowers, you know what I'm saying? Because the summertime is producing a lot of heat in the boxing realm, man. But with that being said, KG, man, let me get your last words, bro, so we can get up out of here.
Man, per the usual, man. It feel like it's been forever, man, but this has been another good one. Shout out to everybody that pulled up. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the, you know what I'm saying, for you damn, you know what I'm saying, opening the damn doors up and producing US6 Sunday today. You know what I'm saying? I was just sitting back chilling, man. I've been waiting to talk some boxing a little bit. Just been chilling. But other than that, man, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's been a good one. Y'all tap in to US6 Sports and Entertainment Hub. My last open mic, you know what I'm saying? I think that was pretty dope. Me and our fella, the menu alone, that carry quote, I think it's gonna be a staple on the menu. Tales from the B side. Um, don't quote me on this, but I think I got some coming. We got one coming up this weekend, coming up next weekend. You know what I'm saying, to be exact. And then we got a few other things that I'm cooking up on, and might be a real conversation. You know what I'm saying? The odd fella, I think he's trying to put that together. We'll touch base on that. But other than that, man, you know what I'm saying? Any damn thing y'all see this US6 logo on, man, y'all gonna find me, Five, my boy Odd. Um, uh, Red might be tardy to the party, but you gonna catch him there too. And Mac, you know what I'm saying? He's either there, in the chat, here in spirit, or you know what I'm saying, he pop up and say we'll go down. But other than that, man, you know what I'm saying? It's been a good one, Five.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I was trying to get Red to pull up, man. Red had some coaching duties he had to get to, you know what I'm saying? So, I'm not mad at my brother. I know y'all on
Well,
y'all football.
we ain't play football this weekend, man. Well, we didn't. You know what I'm saying? We observed we observed Memorial Day. You know what I'm saying? The girls, they got championship game next weekend, and then when that championship game ends, then we're in the mid part of the travel league squad. You know what I'm saying? So baby girl playing 2 different leagues, you know what I'm saying? So one's about to come to the close and the other one is about to get real hot and heavy because now the teams damn see that this team up here in Richmond ain't shit to play about.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I like to see it, man. I like to see it, man. Keep dropping them clips, man, and them videos, man. You know what I'm saying? Highlighting the journey, you know what I'm saying? All fella, with that being said, man, close us out, bro.
Mm-hmm. Indeed, and another dope one. Yeah, y'all know what it is when you know what I mean, come up on Usual Suspect Sundays. You definitely get the hottest boxing topics. Of course, reaction, breakdown, and straight real talk. You know what I mean? Salute to everybody that's pulled up in the chat. Both platforms, Smoke City Mobcast. Of course, Hard Hitter Sports and Entertainment. Smash the like button on your way out if you haven't already. In the dig, make sure y'all tap into Usual Suspect 6.com. Salute to all the clean fighters. The Clean Fighter campaign continues. Clean Fighter Quick Draw Randall You know what I mean? Quentin Randall, I believe, has a fight upcoming June 12th in the dig. Get more information once again on usualsuspect6.com on his upcoming fight. Salute to the Nightmare Spence, clean fighter, Natasha the Nightmare Spence. She's also fighting in Washington State, at a casino over there on one of them Indian reservations. Rematch against Marcela Cornejo. You know what I mean? She won the first fight. She giving her a rematch, moving up in weight for this rematch. You know what I mean? And yeah, she gonna do the due June 12th. More information again on the website, usualsuspect6.com. Once ticket information is available, it will be included in the link within the website in the clean fighter portion. So yeah, salute to everybody. We looking once again, usual US6 Sports and Entertainment Hub. Be on the lookout for the next open mic. Yeah, of course, Curry Goat has been a staple menu. We might also have to add a little bit of turkey on that plate as well. You know what I mean? Serve up some turkey because yeah, turkey is definitely a hot discussion, and I think is deserved to be on the open mic menu. Let's hope. Let's hope. I put the call out there. You know what I mean, to our boy Rico. You know what I mean? He was paid in full. Definitely was paid in full because he was paid by the Riyadh season in a dig. But I did put up the call to Rico. Hopefully we can get him on Tales from the B side. You know what I mean? So everybody up in the chat, you know what I mean? Hit up the US6 on IG posts that we did for Rico robbery by the pyramids, and let them know, you know what I mean, you need to be on Tales from the B side. You know what I mean? Go to his page on Instagram, you know what I mean, and let them know that you need to be on Tales from the B side on the US6 Sports and Entertainment Hub. You know what I mean? To reiterate, and that's how it is. It's your favorite, yet your most hated odd fella. Salute to the usual suspects. Salute to Hard Hitter Sports and Entertainment. And I'm Gizon.
Yes, sir. On that note, man, we're gonna get up out of here, man. I hope everybody have a great Memorial Day. If you celebrate it, man. If you don't celebrate it, man, you got the day off, man. You know, just enjoy it. You know, hit the gym. You know what I'm saying? Get you some good rest in, man. Eat you some good food, whatever you like, man, and just chill out. You know what I'm saying? Don't be drinking and driving, man. You know what I'm saying? Be careful out there on them roads. You know, people get real crazy, you know what I'm saying, on these national holidays, man. So stay out the way, be careful, man, and enjoy your Sunday fun day. Enjoy your Memorial Day, man. You're gonna be seeing me lock back in with the content. You know, I've been having a lot of ish going on, you know what I'm saying, with the fam and whatnot, man. But we back. And yeah, man, we're gonna end our May with a bang. And it's going down next week in H-Town on the South Side. And it's just like that, man. 503 Hard Hitter Sports Entertainment, man. Texas is forever on my back in the straight like that. US6, man. We out. Peace.